over here at the bottom. They will have the C4. They will have the burden of planting the bomb. It will be up for Q9 to defend.
Yeah, Q9 was the team that managed to take Vincent Gaming all the way to set 3. It was a super close match. So I'm hoping that they come out of here all guns blazing today. And we can already see that they've taken a kind of aggressive defensive position as Bean gets loons almost immediately.
Bean does get tagged with a lot of damage, but as long as he stays alive with not using much of a flash, I think he'll be good to go in that A top. As Lazarus, they took some time to not go for the bait inside of the B entrance right here, as there was a big setup. A big trap set up by Q9 with 3 members. Now they have backed up all the way back in B site.
So they're about to invade, coming out of warehouse here. The door is smoked for now, but it looks like here's the moment they're going to pop out. Coming through here, all players are flashed, at least to some extent here, as gunshots are going down here. We see JY over here on the low ground. He is picked up. It's now Bean in 1999. Some shots sprayed down, but 1999 does retreat and then reload. There is an opportunity here to plant the C4, but we do not have that happening just yet.
Yeah, Lazarus got the better of that engagement, just much better positioning, much better movement in those engagements, and they are a man up, but everyone on that team is low. But being in 1998, they have nothing to write home about.
Yeah, covering Moon right now with the smoke. That was the sign to go for that C4, and yeah, 98 actually strikes at a pretty good time, but 40 covers well enough for that strike.
Clutch play. We saw that Moon was isolated down there with the bomb behind the stairs, could not actually get up there and plant, but an overextension there from Q9, maybe pushing their luck a little bit too much. This now gives Lazarus that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Bean couldn't really do anything there. He had next to no HP, and a 1 versus 3 is always going to take its toll. One hit and you are out. So he tried to do what he could, but just not enough this time around.
Yeah, again, Lazarus setting up for that A-long. They love to have an A setup, especially towards that A-long. Try to check for the first bullet of Sniper and then get him down with a headshot, either from the sideway or from the loading dock. Sometimes they will even pull it out with 3 men together. So I think they're trying to put a lot of stress and pressure to Bean.
We have NLS inching down here. Their sights are on A, but they haven't really given their position away just yet. Solo and Bean here to defend. It's going to be up to some snipes here from Bean. The nades coming down now as they are pushing hard and quickly here. It's a 4v4 now as these, one more player picked up now. Now a 3v3 as ZR is in a tough spot. It's going to be to JY now. 40 very low. 1 spray, and that does it.
J-Way again coming up clutch in the end, but Bean managed to get quite a bit of damage from his position before falling down. That was a critical engagement for Q9, and that should be the start of the rest of the day for them.
Yeah, Lazarus had a really nice push, but both sides actually giving a great flash to 3-4 members at the time. Q9 could not really react, but as long as you have Bean up there with low HP, was able to get some really good snipes before going down even a pistol kill, making it up to 3 kills and 2 deaths only right now.
More peaks here from 1998. Lazarus seems to want to seesaw the strategy this time, going back over to the B site, but doing so without rushing. They're really taking their time. There's a chance Q9 might push a little bit too far here through mid. But for now, they're going to sit tight. Nobody overextending. Of course, the door here is smoked as well. They need to wait for that smoke to dissipate before they move through.
Yeah, 40 and Nils are having a great time right now. They're just getting the kills down, but it's up to the rest of the team to help support them a little bit more when we get into these engagements and we see pushing through B entrance right now.
Yeah, there hasn't been much of an overnade from the sideway, and Q9 is trying just that right now. And a flash timing pretty good for Q9.
Oh my God, okay, complete massacre here.
Yeah, that overnade flash is really good in their entry.
Yeah,
could not really see anything when they were making it to the B side.
The climax a little bit better than the actual moment where the fight took place. They were just completely sprayed down. They're great defense there by Q9. It's hard to come out of that warehouse. You're all in the same position. Your heads are often at the same height. It's why we see 1 or 2 of the players jump there. But with good spray control, you're really able to clean that up. And that's what we saw back there.
Yeah, Solo got a ton of kills. He got the triple kill there, but Bean goes down super early in this one. Kind of caught in the middle of no man's land. We see Lazarus once again in this sideways passage here. Are they going to be pushing over on to A, or are they going to make a nice rotation down through Central Street back over to B.
Go ahead, please.
Because there was a sniper from the B warehouse peeking out, the sniper is down. Knowing that there's no more sniper, I think they would love to just come down the sideway, check for the baits and flash them first, and then just immediately move in with, and then just outnumber them. That's exactly Lazarus is thinking.
Great shot there. As the game goes on here, we still have most of our players isolated just towards sideway. We're waiting for somebody to pull the trigger here as far as an advance.
It's slightly late on rotation right now. Other Lazarus had to go in already, but I think they're having a lot of thoughts going into the A side, not knowing exactly where the bait spots are.
Long's position may surprise them. A lot of times we've had Q9 up on the high ground over here, but this time around, let's see if we can actually get a catch. Again, we don't know if Lazarus is going to push. We have 1 minute and 1 second remaining. They do seem to be sneaking into mid here.
Yeah, Central Street pushing up all the way through, and no one's really got eyes on this. 98 is there. He does finally see the advance, but we don't see any kind of rotation from Q9, and they're going to push over through back street, and they might just have control here.
Bad spray there as Solo goes down. Lazarus does have dominion over the B site. We have our other 2 players scrambling to get over here. Again, no bomb plant just yet, but oftentimes Lazarus seems to want to hang on to the bomb until the last second. And there it is, 3-1 now here for Lazarus. They are, 2-2 here for Lazarus. They are beginning to redeem themselves in what's looking to be an even match.
Yeah, there Lazarus pushing through mid with that smoke. The timing was crucial after the flash blinded one man defending from that mid site, and then immediately went through the stairs into B.
Yeah, already smoking up that central passageway. We can see that Bean is trying to get an eye on anyone coming through, and we can see that occasionally he has that crosshair right over the top of other players, but he doesn't know that they're in that smoke. And we see a big push here through B entrance, but Jayway is an absolute animal!
That was sick. That was insane. The spray control, I love that. Of course, you need your gun pointed further down. The longer your weapon is firing, because the bullets pull up more. But he managed to just massacre everybody. I love what I saw there.
Yeah, through the smoke, you can get the ID tag, but Jayway was waiting for all of them to actually come out to strike on as many as possible, because he's feeling confident about his shots today.
Yeah, he also got the quadra kill there. He got 4 in a row in next to no time whatsoever. And Lazarus, that might be like a nail in their coffin already at this point, because that was an epic loss.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. It was as brutal as it was quick, and it was very quick. This time around, we've got Lazarus, again, staying safe here in the middle. They've actually dropped the C4 for the time being, so one of the players isn't picked off, and they lose control of the location of the bomb. But this is going to be a slower beginning here. They're going to look and see, does anybody overextend? Can they get an idea of how many players are on what side of the map? And maybe from there they can delineate which side is better to attack.
Yeah, they want Q9 to actually go out, but Jaowei actually stretching all the way back into the warehouse. He's going to come out and try to get the 2 members down against the 4 members. That's still a win.
We have the bomb picked up once more. It's a 3v4 right now. Q9 with a very good 2-man split from A to B here. It's not clear where exactly Lazarus wants to go, but they do seem to be itching to dive into the A site, although it's going to be a very conservative and slow push for now.
Yeah, Jayway getting the benefit of that engagement, 2 extra kills before he eventually goes down, and that's what he needs to do. Every time he pushes forward, he's getting multiple kills for just his 1 death.
Big move coming around the corner. Solo with a great spray there. 40 now goes down. Is Solo going to completely hold this down? He does. Beautiful play.
Oh, man. Solo on an absolute tear. If it's not Jayway getting these multiple kills, it's Solo getting an absolute ton of deaths.
Yeah, those moments worry me, because it was just Solo on the box with no flash onto the other members, but without the communication, they weren't really having their guns pointed at the right target at all. Yeah, which does worry me a lot for Lazarus going forward right now.
This time around, Q9. We're seeing plays here where one player manages to, while being outnumbered and outgunned, completely hold down that position. I'm worried we might see Lazarus slip into the same play style that we saw here with the Black Dragons, where they just started to fall over and over and over.
Yeah, so because of that, they're trying a lot more with the 5-man rifle. So far, no sniper action at all from Lazarus. Of course, when we change back into the GR in the second half, I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least one sniper back. It's a lot easier to just push with the 5 rifles from the BL side. But knowing their style, I don't think this is fitting them too well right now because they need to put one down and then get an early start.
We have mid getting pushed here. Heavily smoked. It's going to be interesting to see as this wears off where each player is going to be as far as crosshairs go because we could have a gunfight right now. This is moments away from the smoke disappearing. 1998 is ready. He is in position. Another name comes down there to zone him away.
Yeah, J-Way goes down quickly. 1998 goes quickly, and this is exactly what Lazarus needs. This is a momentous comeback, but Bean is still up and is getting kills. We still have Solo as well, and that's another one for Bean. Bean is on an absolute tear right now. He is 5-3.
NLS here to hold it down, but already sprayed with the sights in the wrong spot. Bean now coming in here, infiltrate. A hop over the box as Looms goes behind. Long still firing, and he does manage to get the kill. It's now Bean and Long remaining with another victory here for Q9.
Bean immediately coming up with the pistol. He knew that it was way too late with an AWM. Switches back over to AK. Immediately chases the enemy opponents, going for that C4 plant because the B-side was totally open. But that timing after hearing those footsteps was insane by Bean.
His movement around the box was also incredible to look at. He was up and down, left and right. And I mean, when you're the Lazarus player, what do? You don't know where he's coming. He is unpredictable in that moment. And he just could not land a shot on him.
More nades being thrown down. Lazarus needs to find an answer. Again, it started out even, but you know, with each round we have on this map, the teams have the opportunity to adjust and adapt, and that's what we're seeing here from Q9. We don't have it yet here for Lazarus. Lazarus is getting close several times over, but oftentimes they are 1 or 2 men too short.
I mean, Lazarus were looking really good in that round. They were up in players. They had the position. But then, like, Bean, while he's still alive, it feels like he's 3 players in 1. Like, you go up against him, and he's going to get kills against at least 2 of you in every engagement he's been a part of.
Still, Q9, they're each member, especially Solo and Jiaowei today, and also Bean, has been showing above par level, just destroying the members of Lazarus in any part of form. And that's exactly the reason why they can't really even go into that Beware. Every time Q9, if they have a pretty good spawn towards that Beware and entrance, they will just smoke it up and extend their way in so that Lazarus can't even peek and use a lot of their time defending on their blacklist side and then slowly crawl in.
There's a chance we might have Lazarus hop through mid over onto the B side here. I think that's what we're going to have as the warehouse is about to be occupied. We do have one Lazarus player, excuse me, Q9 player in the warehouse already, but we're going to see if that fight actually happens. Excuse me, they're going to back out of there now. It looks like they may try to do a full-on mid-rush as they're going to try to nade this down here now. They only have 25 seconds on the clock, so they have to do this very quickly.
Yeah, there was a great rotation over onto B from Q9, but that gave the go-ahead for Lazarus to start moving into these positions, but Q9 are just far too strong. Even Long getting multiple kills there. He's 4-0 on that map there.
It's interesting to see how long Lazarus waited there. Sometimes that can be worthwhile because players will come peek and overextend, but then you only have 25 seconds to completely invade and plant the bomb, and that means you're going to be running full speed, right? You can easily be shot down that way.
Absolutely, and we see already 1998 getting Moon off the board this early. Lazarus 4 against 5, and they're gonna have to make a play, but what play can they possibly make that Q9 won't read?
More shots fired here through the door. 1998, he's been doing a fantastic job of holding mid here. Really keeping Lazarus honest here as far as their movement from left to right on the map.
Yeah, Lazarus, unless, not like yesterday, they're having the speed, they're having the momentum into the site, but some bait plays before going in can actually be better, and Jiaowei again from Q9 strikes onto both members. Midway is just not being broken through. Of course, they're getting some kills onto 1998 a few times, but when they're making an entry into that A side, into that B side, they're getting cut off all the time.
I don't know that Lazarus is going to make any ground here. They've barely made a scratch in the defenses here, and right now this is a firing range. The clock is eventually going to propel these players out.
A little too long there.
Yeah, 40 is the one player with VZ on Lazarus that are doing okay in terms of kills, but when they go down almost too easily, what can Lazarus do?
They're getting bopped here.
Absolutely.
Completely buffed. This is not a back and forth. This was, I think, each team getting comfortable with their setup, some nerves cooling, and then Q9 turns it on, and I don't know if it's going to turn off until we're out of this series, maybe with a 2-0.
7-2 is definitely not the worst score on board, especially from the Blacklist side, but it's not just from the normal game. It is not like the public games that you see on port. You only take 2 on this map, and not just the score, what happened in the middle of the game, during the game of the first half was the important part. Lazarus could not really deliver what they wanted to do today at all because of the pressure that Q9 was able to provide all throughout the map.
Yeah, those first few games where Lazarus won kind of felt like Q9, you know, still feeling out, finding out what Lazarus are all about. And after that, they just flipped that switch and started slaughtering people. Well, Moon here gets an early kill on Solo, but Long takes down 40.
A side is basically open now. Immediate headshot from Long.
Q9 with a very good start here, but that's not enough to close this out. They're going to try to move around here past this water tower. Nade chucked out here. Mobility very good right now for Lazarus, but the bomb is now planted. They're going to have to try to reclaim this. Long is able to stay alive in that fight. More shots fired here. The pressure early on with 20 doesn't even matter. Q9 closes it out. By the way, we are 3 Q9 victories away from being finished here.
Yeah, the covering angle from Q9 is just excellent while hiding from the other opponent at the same time. This is insane, Lazarus. They are not really having the push power at all. It was the right call to have 40 up on the A top alone. It seemed like Q9 was just going to push towards the mid or B side, very likely to begin with, but they actually chose the other way. So strategic miscommunication there by Lazarus.
Lazarus, if they lose the next game, Q9 will have 9 wins, and Lazarus has to crawl back from the depths of hell here to try to tie it up 9-9. I don't know that they can do it. Good luck to them. But right now, we're seeing a pattern from yesterday.
Yeah, it looks as though Lazarus may already have their bags packed and ready to go home right now because they are not looking strong. They have so much work to do. And the way it's been going, every engagement, every 50-50 has been going Q9's way. So I just don't think they're going to have it in them to pull it around. There's a small engagement here through those doors on Central Street. But again, we see Q9 actually playing super passive right now, trying to just, I don't know, bait out Lazarus into an awkward position.
Yeah, Q9 just had 2 flash towards the bridge and the back street, pretending like it's going to be an attack towards the bridge into the B side. And then they did not really go in. Got 1 smoke out from the main B.
I appreciate Lazarus being cautious here. Q9, I think they're hoping for some type of overextension here. We see Vise coming around the corner here. It looks like the C4 right now, by the way, from Q9 is over here. This is a pretty alternative strategy. C4 was an attempted slip-in over here to A site. C4 is down now, so this should be an easy closer here for Lazarus. All they have to do is hold down the fort for 35 seconds, and they should be good.
Yeah, but Bean is still up. I know he has next to nothing left in the tank, but it's Bean. We've seen miracle plays, but there we go. 40 has him in his sights. And Lazarus get another win on the board, and that might be the start of the turnaround here.
Let's hope so for Lazarus' sake. I will say I think Kuhn got a little bit too eccentric with what they were trying to do with a one-man bomb slip-in over to A site. I think we're going to see a reversal with probably more standard textbook play here, at least for Crossfire with Q9. For now, they're just holding back here, staying not far from B Road.
Yeah, that play from Q9 was exactly what you see from China oftentimes. The 2 as a bait into the B site, but they weren't really found first. It was actually the main attack that was found first by the check of I believe either Busy there or Loons from the A site. So that whole attack, whole bait play into the B site was basically found out immediately by Lazarus.
Everyone on Q9 right now are stuck in this sideways alley. And it looks as though Lazarus still aren't aware that this is the strategy going forward. We can see there's a slight movement over to B side.
If they go for it now, this could work. It's only 40 with 1 nade thrown out here. Long and Bean are just around the corner. The flash comes in. He's blinded. The infiltration comes. A counter flash thrown down onto the low ground. What can he get when he tries to come up and see? Back. Oh!
Way too fast up in the pack. 1998 was already up there.
Oh, but one goes down on the side of Q9. Can Moon and Loons do it? It's going to be tough. It is 2 versus 4. And the 4 on Q9 have a lot of health to play with.
Bomb now planted. Moon goes down, and that is going to be a the 9th victory here. Just incredible here. Now Lazarus has to win 6 games in a row. If there is any mistake, any misplay, any misfiring really here from Lazarus, Q9 is going to win our first map.
Yeah, Kinan going into that A side while locking down 40 immediately with the flash, making him do nothing. And then he stayed up there for a while, but could not really deliver any pistol shots either for being flashed twice in a row.
40 might just be the one to catch this B rotation here. And if he does, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of Q9 there, and he is isolated right now as we see Loons close, but not close enough to help out.
Yeah, he needs to get one and back out immediately. Sees long. Oh, takes half damage only. No kill.
Q9 with a slow crawl here. Again, hanging over on B road.
But that hasn't triggered Lazarus to rotate back over to B.
That's right. They're still staying back. We now have 3 in warehouse. Back cover over here by Long and Bean, just to make sure there's no rotation around, and there's not. Long now going to edge into position through mid. And I think in moments, here we go. Flash is sent out, shots fired. Solo coming in here, takes out Loons. 40 on the run here. He is low. He is picked off by JY. NLS, the only person into here to defend. The site is now theirs to take. The bomb may be planted. We have Vizy and Moon also coming around as this area is going to be smoked to seal it off to allow them to secure a position. 2v2 now, and shots with the smoke even this out.
Yeah, no C4 yet, but then 1999 takes one more down to Moon, but he does not get any kills. Back for Lazarus, that is it. Q9 takes the first map.
Lazarus right now is on life support here. They have one more loss, and that's it. I mean, comebacks do happen. I do believe in the redemption arc. We've seen it before in esports tournaments. But this time around, it's hard to envision Lazarus with the gunplay, with the strats, with the pushes.
100%. They had a couple of good performances in that second half, like 4 kills, 4 deaths, but nobody is going that super positive number that we see on Q9, where it's like 8-3, 8-4. Nobody is really having that standout performance that Lazarus really needs at this point.
Even on that last round, after getting a half shot on the B side, I would have liked at least a member from A side to actually go into that bridge side for a quicker backup, or even a double backstreet, because they knew that attack was coming to B, unless they were waiting for over 15 seconds for a big rotation into that A side.
That spray back to the smoke was just so cool. Again, Q9, again, another one we saw here. 3 players trying to break through. It's just Solo, fitting to his name, actually guns down all 3 players. Q9, it's going to be tough to envision a game where Lazarus has better play.
Well, it just seems like all the information is going to Q9. Like, Lazarus aren't really getting the right callouts. They're not really reading the game at all. It feels like there's rotations coming from Q9 that Lazarus do not see coming in a million years. And we saw in that last one where, you know, they saw a little bit of the rotation. They saw nothing in that central street. They saw no one moving left and right. They should have probably thought that B was going to be the target, but they left so many people over on A.
Yeah, I think those mistakes were basically moments of frustration created by less communication throughout the teammates. We saw a lot of miscommunication moments when they see one on the box and bait footage. They have to focus fire one down and then work the other angle. Even if you're trusting your teammate to bring him down, you have to immediately turn after your teammate goes down. So those moments are totally needed when we go into compound in the second map.
Map 2 is now loading up. We're waiting to see which side will spawn where. It will be Lazarus with the C4 on offense and Q9 on defense for the first half of Game 2. Again, Q9 here from China versus Germany. Q9 with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Lazarus going deep all the way into the plaza.
Yeah, no real rotation over onto double pillars or even down the pipe. So holding their central position, trying to find out where Q9 are, and they're trying to get the information they desperately need, but that C4 was in a very, very aggressive position, and if it had gone down right there, that would have been a very difficult position to pull back for Lazarus.
Lazarus, again, taking it slow. They need to have a clean slate coming into this game. And remember, they got up to 2-2 at the start of the last game. They just weren't able to get much further than that. So I think each game here is going to be important for Lazarus to build a setup here where they can actually clean this series out. We already have one Lazarus player picked off.
Yeah, one of the big strategy things for Lazarus has to be finding a way to shut down Bean and Jayway, because when they are heating up, they are scorching hot, and they just rip through this Lazarus team like butter.
Yeah, after getting one from Long, immediately goes back into the cover position. And because Long was in that bait spot, getting one more kill traded.
Q9, again, keeping a man count lead as the push has gone slower and slower here. Now it's 3-4 here. Interestingly enough, Lazarus only just now turning around. They did try to push their issue here with A, are abandoning that, but I think an obvious rotation through mid may be problematic for them as well. It'll depend, though. They're all grouped together here.
Jayway's on the hunt for blood.
That's exactly what I was worried about. They saw two smokes coming out with the sniper, so they thought, okay, it has to be less men or less firepower immediately from that B side or mid. But it takes a very long time to go back to A long into that central plaza.
One problem for these guys I've seen, especially with Lazarus, is, bullets kill you so fast in Crossfire. If you're swapping between a nade or a knife and a pistol or a rifle, and they're firing and you're not, you're dead. And we saw that for a split second back there. He literally could not have fired because, the third of a second it takes for your gun to actually be armed is enough for you to lose the game.
Yeah, and Jayway knows this, and he just absolutely exploited the whole of Lazarus right there. It was a thing to behold, because you could see him drop through on the hunt. He could smell where Lazarus were, and then as soon as he spotted them, he wasn't even being defensive. He was being as aggressive as they come. Click, click, click. The whole of Lazarus went down.
Yeah, Jayway's gaming senses right now, it's on top notch, where I don't think Lazarus will be taking him down anytime soon, unless he's totally flashed. And we see a lot of total baits. When 89 starts shooting, Solo is going to help him out from the window.
Lazarus coming through double pillars here. 98 gets Nils, but Loons and Moon get 2 big kills, but Jayway is still up. He gets Moon. He gets 40. Jayway does go down to VZ though, so Jayway, the big hitter, is down, but they still have Bean and Long, who have also proven themselves today to be absolutely keen marksmen.
I like the smoking of that down there. Lazarus has actually turned back around. This looks like it might keep Long up there trying to defend.
I think they...
Bean's actually going to pop around here and try to catch one of the players. Here we go! Whiffed shot there.
Perfect game sense by Bean. He was waiting for that rotation. He knew it was coming. He read Lazarus like a children's encyclopedia right there. He was just ready and going, but unfortunately, he absolutely whiffed that shot.
And now it's going to be the A site with the sights on here, and Lazarus might have truly fooled Q9 as far as their position goes. In fact, they could even get shot in the back here. As we have, I think it's Long, who's pointed in the completely wrong direction.
Yes, it's because if it's just China versus China right now, it would have been B site with a fake attack, stay for the next 15 seconds in the double pillar, and then come back into the B site, because this attack actually took way too long of a time to come into A site.
Loons just barely not able to save that round. A little bit of lackluster defense there as they came through that window above. And again, Q9, even when deceived, they are able to galvanize themselves, regroup, and then push into there with almost nothing to stop them. It's not just great defense when they have the bomb sites, it's great offense when the bomb sites are taken.
Yeah, when you're that decisive, the moment you think you're about to face the opponent is already facing you. And you're already losing the first bullet shot, and usually that's going to be the Q9 just striking into your face immediately. Lazarus, in terms of speed and momentum, the firing speed, they have been losing in every single control.
It's not just that, it feels like Q9 just have the ultimate sense on this map. They know exactly where Lazarus are before Lazarus are even there. It's like foresight or something, because look at the positioning right now. You can see that there's a nice little trap set up here by Long, where he might just catch Moon.
Yes, this is exactly the position that Q9 love to play on the compound. Basically all forwards. Of course, there's no offsides here, but you can just go all the way out. Q9 would love to sweep, but knowing that Lazarus, they still have the strength to actually counter back. They won't go streaking out to like the plays that we have seen Super Valiant, but Q9 would go all the way forward, looking for those bait spots, even towards the A long side.
Yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth over on double pillars, while the rest of Lazarus are over on the pipe, over by Central Plaza. So trying to keep at least 1998 pinned back is Loons.
I think Lazarus, despite not having to win yet, is playing a better game here on map 2 than I would say on map 1. Would you agree?
100%. They're playing very, very smart. It's just Q9, even though like Lazarus have upped their game, Q9 just seem to be better as J-Way and Long get kills on Loons and Nils.
And with the smoke, they know that it has to be an attack into that A site. Lazarus can't really dive in after getting flashed immediately from Q9.
Yeah, it looks like they're zoned out for the time being. And so a natural retreat back here. But Q9's ready to catch this. Let's see how this actually goes here.
Double angle, and 98 strikes from the back to clean up.
Just unreal. Beautiful play there. And now it's going to be one player here. It's 40, who is on his own with a sniper rifle, outmanned, outgunned. And that makes game number 3. Right now, Q9 on map 2, undefeated.
98's rotation down from double pillars over to Central Plaza was absolutely perfect. He felt in the waters here that Lazarus were going to start rotating back towards that Central Plaza, and they did, and he ends up coming up from behind and just taking them out all too easily.
Okay, Lazarus in the back once again here. They're looking for an answer. I think idea-wise what they're doing is very good, but the movement and the gunplay from Q9 is just so strong.
Yeah, would love to see some action towards the A side, not using Long, but directly into the A entrance from that mid plaza section. Because Q9, they have less of a bait setup.
JY gunned down, a great push through mid here. They have to scramble, they've got to move. Which side are they going to go to, B or A? Pushing forward now. We see Q9 in a defensive posture. Oh my God, beautiful crossfire there.
98!
And they wiped him out.
1998 is an absolute animal right now. No way he should have got that 4 there. But the man is just a machine. He just saw anything, a ripple in the floor, and he is like pew, 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 and they are down again.
Beautiful game there by Q9. Snap reflexes. The fact that they both guarded the narrow corridor on one side, it's very easy to spray down players from 2 different angles, especially when after breaching mid, they need to rush. You can't slow push through that second half of mid. And so they played right into Q9's natural hands.
Yeah, but Lazarus did exactly what they needed to do there. They were just outgunned by 1998. I mean, that push, that rotation was perfect. It was picturesque. They did everything they needed to do. Yet they ran into the brick wall that is 1998.
Yeah, going into the A side immediately through the vent seems like an okay idea, but Long's there. Bean is also waiting. J-Way strikes all the way from the top, and only Niels. He goes down immediately again. 1998 coming as a backup. This team, the backup is so fast from Q9 right now that it cannot be stopped. The Lazarus, they shouldn't be waiting. They shouldn't be stopping. They just have to go forward even if they're dropping down.
So now Lazarus is going to have a 1-3-1 split here. C4 over towards the A site. That doesn't at all indicate they're going to actually be planting there. But instead, they're just going to slowly move up here. Now, again, 4 players splitting up here over in Central Plaza.
We can see there's a slight engagement over in double pillars here. So that's going to provide at least a little bit of distraction as Lazarus start to rotate that way. I guess they think Q9 think that it was a bait push over onto A, and everyone now is pushing B. But we see immediately the information for Q9 is there as we have the rotation coming through from J-Way.
I saw one of the flash going into that back street side, so
oh my God, 1998 again.
Timing.
That was amazing. We just heard a big, loud, nice yelled out from Q9, who is undefeated now, with a 6-0 lead here. I love the usage of the window coming at that angle, The players started to fall, chaos ensued, and from there, Q9 cleaned it up, no problem.
They thrive on the chaotic situations, and we see Lazarus now trying to bum rush B. But that's another chaotic situation that these two players here, 1998 and Solo, will thoroughly enjoy. We are on board with 98.
We have another push coming through. It's 3 versus 3 here. Another nade goes down. A
But
flash,
Bean.
though. Beautiful play by
Oh! Bean!
Just Loon's low HP.
It's just one player left. Loons, again, this is a very... Oh!
What can we say after that?
Not much. There's nothing left to be said here. That was an insane point-blank shot straight through the hip. And now it's a 7-0 lead. Right now, Q9, 2 more games on this side of the map and 3 more wins away from moving on to the round of 4.
Someone needs to clip that and put that in the Louvre. That was just art. That was the best thing I think I have seen so far this weekend.
Yeah, Bean, you could have heard few footsteps going over towards the B entrance on the side, but that was just nasty. 9-0 from Bean. No deaths so far.
Okay, 4 players over here. Once again, a similar setup here. There's a lot of different ways you can go once you're just left of Central Plaza. You can go up into the A site. You can go push to mid in A or B, or you can go the long way around double pillars into the B site. But for now, Lazarus is going to wait. Again, they need to have one of the greatest comebacks in Crossfire history to actually not only win this game, but win this series and move on. And I do think the writing's on the wall, so I'm curious to see how the rest of this game is going to be played out. Another Lazarus player drops off, but it evens out now 4-4.
With a nice kill. Ooh, does go down long again.
Yeah, Solo baits with the flash, but and Long comes out from the actual A site and gets the kill from the off angle. So these are the small setup type plays that Q9 is providing oftentimes towards the A site, and that's exactly why Lazarus actually did not start to go into the A site after the first 2 rounds because of these weird positions that the Chinese teams love to provide.
Nils was on his own, isolated up by A, but does rotate back through Central Plaza as 2 await them there, and they move over to get the angle. Jayway and Long get 2 kills there, but Long goes down. Jayway finishes it off, and that is 8.
Look at Lazarus right now. I think the reality is starting to sink in. The loss is beginning to digest. What will they do here in Game 9? It's the last round for them on this side of the map. Q9 looks invincible. And let's find out. I mean, again, we have a similar idea of a few on mid. Already 1 player dropped. C4 parked over in Central Plaza. But I worry that, as we're already seeing here, players are just going to start to bleed off one by one. It's almost like a horror movie where each character begins to disappear.
Jiawei, they shot into the tower. Must have been a peek with the ID tag and a headshot with the wall shot there, which doesn't really happen in pro play.
A little bit more back and forth. 40 does take Jayway, but Long takes Moon. Beat.
Oh, perfect finish with the pistol.
9-0 on that side of the map, and I mean, what can we really say? Lazarus Gaming looked outclassed and outplayed at every turn on combat.
I don't know what Lazarus is saying. I imagine something like, somebody start up the car. We're not going to be here for much longer. I mean, this is brutal. Can Lazarus win 9 games and then we go into the next phase after a draw for the first part? I think any reasonable person says no. I like to dream, I like to hope, but I am a man of reason. This does not look possible for Lazarus. Let's see. We're going to have to take it 1 game at a time if they do manage to win. We are switching sides. It's going to be Lazarus on the defense, protecting the bomb sites. Q9 with the C4 to try to plant and win that one.
I mean, with everything going the way of Q9, they could just bum rush the next 8 rounds and hopefully get one of them. They don't really need to show anything else. They just seem to be on a completely different skill level than their opponents today.
I do want to point out we actually had 1998 with a pistol pushing. I think that's a real sign of the confidence that they're having here right now. Yeah. And we're not seeing any hesitation here. They are swarming this like bees. Oh my God. All right, it's 2v3.
Moon is
goes
still
down.
up there, but JW again using pistol. Vizzy does go down.
It's Zullet
This might be it.
and LS. Good luck to you. Solo and JY both pointed away. He could get a possible pop out. Solo goes down.
1-1.
JY fires. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first elimination. One of our 2 EU teams, Lazarus from Germany, goes down, and Q9 goes